I cooked my ungrateful husband his favorite meal, but he acted like he hated it in front of his friends. Now I'm not going to cook for anyone. Plus all update. I cooked my ungrateful husband his favorite meal, but he acted like he hated it in front of his friends. Now I'm not going to cook for anyone. Plus all update. My husband and I have been married for about 10 years and we have 2 boys. The first few years of our marriage were like a fairy tale, and I thought I was so lucky because my husband looks like George Clooney crossed with Brad Pitt. Yeah, he's that handsome. But the last few years have been different. He's become more like a stereotypical do-nothing husband, and that is not what I signed up for. We even said in our wedding vows, I will support you in everything you do and never let you take on a burden without helping you carry it. It's a quote from somewhere, but when we first got married we both truly agreed with it. But I guess something changed in my husband because the way he treated me this last Super Bowl weekend was like we had never made that vow at all. So my husband planned to have some of his friends over. They're all in a fantasy football league together and most of them had money on the game, so they were really excited to watch it. I like football too, but I decided to just make them some food so they can enjoy some time alone with the game. I figured I was being the best wife ever, bringing them beers and snacks. But there was one thing I was really excited to cook for them. I have this recipe that I love to make. My husband has it all the time and our kids will ask for it too. It's a sort of baked dip that comes in a casserole dish, then you serve it with bread and it's great for sharing or finger food. It's cheesy and crumbly with marinated vegetables and it's just delicious on toasted bread. I knew this would be perfect for my husband and his friends because it's actually pretty nutritious and they had been drinking beers and junk food for the whole game. At first when I came in to bring it, they all just belly ached for me to get out of the way because I was blocking the TV. But then my husband looked down at the food and made this grossed out face and was like, "You babe, what is this? I thought you were making nachos." I must have looked so surprised because earlier this week when my husband had the exact same thing, he was saying it was his favorite dish and that he loves when I make it. But then I realized what was going on. All his friends were snickering and making glances at each other, pointing at my food. Hell to the no, we are not doing that at SHT. But I wasn't gonna let them see that bother me. After all, if he doesn't want me to cook that for them, that's fine, I just won't cook that for them. So I just said okay baby, no problem, and took the food away. I just ate it myself because I love it and I was hungry anyway. I was relaxing eating it for about an hour while scrolling through Reddit stories on my phone and my husband comes in the kitchen like, "Baby, where are the nachos? It's been so long." I genuinely just laughed. "Yeah right," I told him. "If you and your little friends want to make fun of my cooking, you can make your own nachos, you're a big boy. In fact, if you don't like my cooking, I think you should do all the cooking from now on." "I mean, you're right, my cooking isn't good enough for you guys, then it's probably not good enough for our children either. You should cook dinner tonight, honey." I was acting all sweet and kissed his cheek on the way out, but I meant it. If he didn't appreciate everything I did, I wasn't going to do it. I think he must have realized I was being serious because he did try to cook dinner that night. Spaghetti and red sauce, except the pasta was undercooked and the red sauce tasted like salty ketchup. My kids kept looking at me so confused like, "Mom, what the hell is this?" But I just said to them, "Didn't Daddy cook such a great dinner? I think he should cook every night." And giving my husband a SHT eating grin. Update. My husband pulled me aside and said he gets that he messed up, but that I was taking it way too far. He said he didn't know how to do any cooking or cleaning and just relied on me for that kind of stuff while he usually just fixed things in the garage or mowed the lawn. He tried to get in my good graces by saying, "You're just so much better than me at those kind of things, baby." But that was not going to work on me and I was having fun with this anyway, so I said, "You're right, baby. Tell you what, we should switch jobs. You do the cooking and the cleaning and I'll do the fixing and the yard work. That way we'll both know how to do everything. Sound good?" He just stood there blubbering because I had gotten him again. And let me tell you, mowing the lawn is the easiest thing I have ever done in my life. I have no idea how it takes him 3 hours every time. Final update. He called his mom to complain. He was doing it super loud in the other room and I know he wanted me to hear because he was talking super clearly, it was so painfully obvious. And then silence, so I figured they hung up. Then I get a call from his mother and she just laid into her son, saying she was so sorry that he was being so lazy and would dare treat the mother of his children like this. She asked me if I wanted her to come over and knock some sense into him, but I just laughed and said, "No Barbara, I got it. We'll get through this, don't worry." I feel a little petty for the way I've been responding to these problems, but damn, it feels good to be right.